It came with. I think the mic and the cable was $150, so it was $300 for the pair.
Look at you, Dad, making big money now.
Hey, I'm in a lot of credit card debt.
Fucking advertising dollars are coming in.
Listen, stop. Look, listen. How are you feeling? Welcome to Pop Culture Man Children. PCMC.
Hi. Did you drink your liquid sunshine today? Because I did.
When you say liquid sunshine, what do you mean? You mean gin?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Gin and juice?
You know, the good greens, man. The healthy greens. The chlorophyll, putting it into your veins.
What happened to you? You get worse every time I see you.
Mike, I read a 29-page report about glyphosate on your plate.
What is that?
It's just not good.
I don't even know what it is.
Glyphosate is a chemical compound used in Roundup. And it's what they spray on the crops.
Yeah.
So now I'm reading about what contains glyphosate.
What contains it?
Everything. We're just fucked as a society at this point.
We basically are.
Even the air that we're breathing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, come on. It's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But I'm telling you, like, don't eat the Oreo cookies. Stop eating the Lay's potato chips. The Cheerios. All this stuff has glyphosate in it. If you want, search glyphosate on your plate. It's a 29-page report that documents how shitty this fucking company, Monsanto, really is.
Yeah.
And what's on our plates.
Well, thanks for the PSA right at the beginning of the show.
I know. I should have saved it for my obsession. But I felt like, you know what? We're starting off hot. New microphones.
Just right out of the gate.
Swinging.
Well, guys, you heard it here. I know that you thought Oreos are a nice vegan treat, but no. They've got
glyphosate
on your plate. That rhymes.
Yeah. It just fucks with your gut biome.
But what? All right, you know what? I don't want to... This is Pop Culture Man Children. I'm Mike Bongiorno. This is Emilio Sparks talking about glyphosate.
How you doing?
Over here.
Hey.
Glyphosate on your plate.
Emilio.
Yeah, other than reading shit about glyphosate, what have you been up to? You doing good? Feeling good?
Wrestle Rap Live.
When's that happening?
April 4th.
This episode definitely won't be out in time for that.
All right. Well, Wrestle Rap Live was great.
Yeah, how was it?
We had a really fun time, me and Kaz, with a whole bunch of our friends.
I can't believe that thing happened, though, at the end.
I mean, you have...
Showbiz, you never know.
You never know. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to go to Wrestle Rap, WRASSLE, on the iTunes to listen in.
All right. Thanks for that plug. Emilio coming in strong with the plugs and the fucking health. For your health segment.
I like that shirt you're
wearing. We got a new segment for your health with Emilio Sparks. You like my shirt?
I do. I like that one.
It's a gremlin shirt.
It'll make you see, do not expose to sunlight, no direct sunlight, do not get wet, and do not feed past midnight.
You know the gremlin rules. Yeah. Everyone knows gremlin rules.
But sometimes they have to really be present.
Yeah. Yeah, my shirt is a public service announcement in its own right. Especially don't feed gremlins glyphosate.
No. God, I think that's
what turns them green.
That's what turns them green and angry is the glyphosate.
Guys, we figured it out. All right.
Crack the code!
My first news story we already talked about the last episode. You jumped on it.
Glyphosate?
No, it was James Gunn coming back to Guardians of the Galaxy. We can talk about it again.
Yeah, well, let's give a quick little...
James Gunn, he's back on board. Are you excited about it? I didn't really like Guardians 2, so I don't have
I think it was too fast.
I don't have a lot of feelings about Guardians 3, but I think it's good that the man got hired back. I think it was smart that Disney did that.
I think it was too fast it came out.
Oh, the actual release of it?
Yeah. I think the story was a little bit too choppy.
Yeah. But isn't that the way with all the Marvel sequels, though?
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
Yes.
Space looks pretty.
Yeah, space does look pretty.
As opposed to that depressing-looking space in Star Wars.
All right. You know, I don't know why...
Because it looks like
personally
it
right
just
now.
looks like the Kirby dots in space.
No.
You don't think James Gunn's space resembles how Kirby used to draw space?
I know. I like James Gunn space. I like it. It almost has a like a cheesy Flash Gordon-y kind of fun, exciting feel to it.
They're
but
hinting at Adam
disparage. No need to disparage Star Wars.
It just looks sad.
I don't think you've
the
seen
galaxy far away.
Because you've only seen Rogue One, which is a sad-looking
but
movie.
that's a sad-looking space.
Yeah, because Rogue One is sad.
Like, that is the space that is what I feel is inside Eeyore.
Are you familiar
from Winnie the Pooh?
Are you familiar with Naboo?
Yes.
What's Naboo?
It's a really fancy restaurant in L.A.
No, that's Nobu. But close. Very good. Naboo is the planet that Padme Amidala's from, and it's beautiful. It's mostly filmed in Spain and Italy, and it's where the Gungans are from. Jar Jar. Not played by Michael Jackson. Anyway, you know what? You're ridiculous. I'm excited that the man is back. I'm excited.
I think it's cool, yeah.
I'm excited that he's still doing
Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad. He's like, I'm going to still do what I said I was going to do.
Hey, listen, Disney tried to fuck me, so I'm going to go to Warner Brothers, and now I'm going to make even more money.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm jumping over to DC, baby.
And they took him with open arms. They're like, save us.
They were like, please, any ideas you have. I still haven't seen Suicide Squad 1.
You're really not missing much, pal.
All right.
Outside of the Leto, you're not missing much.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I am excited for. We touched upon it just a teeny bit.
What are you excited for?
Idris Elba.
Yeah. He's a better Deadshot. I mean,
I just love Idris. That's a good-looking man.
I can't wait to see him as the metahuman bad guy in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, because that's what they're doing now.
Yeah, that's just a Marvel movie now, basically.
Unbelievable.
Hobbs and Shaw. From stealing cars to, like, you're saving the world from super villains.
You got to. That's where that movie was going to go. That's where that franchise was going to go.
Well, you know where they want to go next, right? In space. That's the next thing. That's all that's left for them is to go do Fast and Furious
in space.
And I think they might do it. I think they have accepted
Jupiter's Drift.
What? What is that? Is that a club from the 70s?
It sounds like
we used to hang out at Jupiter's Drift.
There we go. We're going to Jupiter's Drift tonight. Then
it was very sweaty, but there was a great fucking salad bar.
Let me tell you something. I love the Mai Tais there. No. Who used to be at Jupiter's Drift? You used to see Alan Alda. He used to give everybody a hug when you walked in. No, but it was Tokyo Drift, the Fast and the Furious. So
I'm not smart. I'm not
you
sharp.
just don't like that franchise.
I'm not sharp. No, I should have got that reference, though.
Jupiter's Drift. Yeah,
when you said Jupiter's Drift, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
You know what I think that they'll do?
What?
Is they'll figure out how to do time travel in the next Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. And
try to stop the Challenger explosion.
Wow. That's quite a heavy... I mean, what is a world where that doesn't happen? What would it be like?
Hobbs and Shawverse.
Wow. I don't know how...
and I want James Gunn to direct it.
Oh, I want James Gunn to direct everything. No, I really don't.
No.
But I'm glad
he has
back.
one specific style, and this is it.
Yeah, All right, I got a crazy news story.
Oh, God, what?
White actors are... This is from BET, by the way, but it was all over, but I'm reading the BET story. White actors are taking their lawsuit against Hamilton for reverse racism to a whole new level. This is a true thing. Hamilton's being sued for being racist against white people because the founding fathers in it are all played by African American people or people of color. So this is from BET. Hamilton, the musical, quickly became the hottest ticket in town, thanks largely in part to its fresh format of casting non-white actors to portray various American founding fathers and historical figures. This approach, however, could put the musical's creator and leading star Lin-Manuel Miranda at risk for legal action. A new petition filed by one of the biggest cable operators in the nation claims that white actors should be clear to attack the play with discrimination lawsuits for excluding them from the casting process. According to Hollywood Reporter, Charter Communications, which is the company that's suing them, is telling the Supreme Court that if a recent Ninth Circuit ruling is left in place, white actors screaming reverse racism could get their way.
Oh, fuck out of here.
In the petition, the cable operator is asking the court to tackle a $10 billion case asserting its First Amendment right to include racial considerations in determining what programming it should include on its roster. So, this cable company, Charter Communications, is in court because they feel like they should be allowed to decide what goes on the air based on race. Because they go like, well, we're thinking about demographics or viewers, so it shouldn't be discrimination. And as a bizarre part of this, they started arguing that Hamilton's racist. As I guess, kind of like to illustrate their point. But like now they're kind of doubling down on it, and it's causing some weird traction, or it's getting some weird traction in the press. The musical Hamilton is notable for its creator's decision to cast exclusively minority actors as the founding fathers. He said, a refusal to contract with white actor to play George Washington cannot be made an anti-discrimination violation without profoundly undermining the First Amendment values. In the Charter Communications legal brief, it was also noted that the Ninth Circuit ruling could allow unqualified white actors to become part of the production. What do you think of this insanity?
That's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I can say.
It's kind of insane.
Look at the rest of Broadway.
Right.
What?
Right.
Isn't the appeal of Hamilton because of the choice of casting?
Right, well, I mean, there's art in the decision of the founding fathers who were mostly slave owners being played by African-American actors. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Why? And it's also making millions of dollars.
Right.
And it's still sold out. Do you know how much money it is to get a Hamilton ticket?
Yeah.
It's expensive. Still,
have you tried?
Several times.
You don't have any connections?
I don't want to ask yet.
Okay.
I could probably ask, but I don't want to ask.
You know what I got tickets to go see?
Beetlejuice.
Absolutely.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm excited to see Beetlejuice. I'm very excited. I don't know what to expect, but I think I got tickets for the end of April.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
You gonna dress up?
I might.
You should.
I might. I'm going to see an early show, though, like a Wednesday early show.
Why are you such an old man?
Well, it's all I can get because we wanted the cheap tickets.
Okay.
So it's like $50 a ticket if you want during
cheap
the day.
Cheap ticket, cheap experience, just saying.
Hey, listen. You don't think they're giving their all? You don't think Beetlejuice is giving his all in the middle of the day?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I think he's going to come out with a cigarette in his mouth, reading the newspaper, just schlepping through his lines.
I don't know. Could anybody really be Michael Keaton in that movie?
No.
He's the best.
I even was gonna. What was the one that they were gonna do? Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
That was one of the many planned sequels that never happened.
I'm so glad that they didn't.
I'm actually very glad that they never planned the sequel. Hopefully they never reboot it too. I don't know how you could, because the fact that the first one's good, I think, is a complete miracle because it's such a weird concept. I still don't even get like why it exists.
Yeah, same here. But I want to know if they would ever do another Beetlejuice movie with Keaton.
The new Dumbo movie has Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and is directed by Tim Burton. So it's a return to form. It's probably going to suck. The reviews are bad, and it's also a Tim Burton movie. But
this is what Disney's doing now.
But maybe on the set they'll be like, "Hey,
listen, how about we got some Beetlejuice ideas?"
Yeah. Or they're like, "Hey, Danny's still in good shape, kinda. Let's get back. Let's do Dark Knight Returns. Let's do an old Batman. I would love that.
Well, the Penguin died in Batman Returns.
That's fine.
So
the little penguins dragged him off, and they revived him.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. I would love to see Keaton play old Batman.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Do you think like we would get a gritty kind of The Dark Knight Rises Batman, or did we already kind of weirdly get that with Batman vs. Superman, The Dawn of Justice?
I think Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice doesn't really count for anything.
How about this? Could the DCEU fix themselves if Keaton came on and reprised his role as Batman right now? Because isn't Batman supposed to be old in
right.
Affleck's...
Right, but he's not that old, really. But he was supposed to be. That was sort of the idea there. I don't know. But they kind of are doing good, right? Aquaman did good. Wonder Woman did good.
Yeah, the only two.
I think Shazam's going to be good. I have good feelings
really
about
good.
Shazam.
I want to see
Shazam?
Shazam.
I have good feelings about Shazam.
Shazam!
Chuck is in it.
Chuck is... He got really in shape, too.
You like Chuck, right?
I do like Chuck.
You were a Chuck fan.
I was a Chuck guy.
Yeah.
That was a series that had legs and should have never been canceled.
Was that the series where like people bought Subway sandwiches to protest its cancellation?
Yes.
Did you do that?
No.
Oh, so you're the reason Chuck is off the air.
I just wasn't really into eating processed meat. I never was.
All right, I'm glad. I'm sorry I brought it up. All right, listen.
But yeah, that Hamilton stuff is nonsense, though. This is just another company trying to just line their pockets and trying to just
It's like a weird
do what's in media right now.
It's a weird
Fuck
flex.
off.
It's
Fuck
a weird.
off.
It's a weird. It sounds like the argument like your dumb uncle would make at Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's a very
Like, well,
dumb
you know,
uncle
how
argument.
come I can't do that?
Because it wasn't written specifically for
Yeah.
you dingus.
Yeah.
Enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
A satire on American history done with urban music.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know. I guess they don't allow white performers to audition for it, but it's in the writing. They're trying to say like, well, the founding fathers were white, but it's like, yeah, but that's the whole fucking point.
That's the point of it. Who cares? It's amazing.
All this because this cable company really wants the right to not have to cast diverse people.
Yeah.
So the Disney Fox deal finally happened. It finally went through. And what happened immediately? Disney shut down Fox 2000. Fox 2000 is not the same thing as 20th Century Fox. It is a smaller subsidiary that made mostly smaller films, a lot of comedies, a lot of... Actually, I could give you a list of movies.
Yeah, I would like to know what was made. Maybe I've seen some.
Oh, you've seen some. Okay. Fox 2000 made The Hate You Give, Love, Simon, Hidden Figures, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Bridge of Spies, Paper Towns, Poltergeist, Night at the Museum,
Oh, wow. I've seen all these.
Fault in Our Stars, Percy Jackson, Life of Pi,
Keep going.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I've seen all these.
Right. So this was Fox 2000, which was a smaller company in...
But actually made money.
Right. But Disney chopped it.
They're like, no, we're good.
They got rid of it. Yeah, this story comes from the AV Club, and it's written by William Hughes. The story begins, that also didn't take very long. Just a day after finalizing plans for its $71.3 billion deal to acquire 21st Century Fox
Who
and
gets
its
that money?
various... Who gets it?
Yeah. Is that Rupert Murdoch's pockets?
Yeah, I guess he's the one who owned it.
Oh,
News Corp gets the money.
He owns it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So what is it? Just one day after, Disney has already started making some serious cuts to the studio. The first casualty, Fox 2000, a.k.a. the studio behind well-regarded films like Love, Simon, The Hate You Give, the Oscar-nominated Hidden Figures. The news is especially shocking in the light of Disney's various claims that business would continue as usual at most of the Fox properties, with money simply flowing into an all-consuming mouth of Mickey Mouse instead of Rupert Murdoch. Specifically, the company had strongly implied that the studio head, Elizabeth Gabler, would be making the move over to Disney. Look, a lot of people said that what was good about Fox 2000 was that, you know, you had Love, Simon, you had Hidden Figures. They weren't making indie films, but they were making medium-budget films, and they were making films with diverse casts. And
turning a huge profit.
Yeah, and it sucked, and getting Academy Award nominations. So it sucks that literally the day after Disney buys them, says, yeah, we're going to cut this arm off. As many as 4,000 jobs are likely to be cut.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
This is what happens in corporate America, ladies and gentlemen. We allowed, or the FCC, which fucking doesn't give a shit about the public people at all, allowed Disney to buy what's called 21st Century Fox, which includes Fox Spotlight,
The
Fox
movie
2000.
side, not the television.
Right, exactly. The television side stays with News Corp.
Yeah.
And 4,000 jobs are gone.
Unbelievable.
Imagine, like, what did you do? Oh, I worked on a movie that won an Oscar. Oh, good job. But you lost your job.
Yeah.
Mickey doesn't want to pay for it.
Mickey don't like you.
No. Get the fuck out. I don't want you.
No, imagine they like have like fucking Winnie the Pooh escort you out.
Tigger comes bouncing on his tail. I can't do a Tigger impression if that's what you're
Nobody
waiting
could.
for.
I was waiting for it though.
I know. Meanwhile, Fox 2000 was a victim of just being a little too difficult to describe. It seems neither producing the mainstream blockbusters of the main Fox wing or the obvious indie darlings of the Fox Searchlight brand. What it did have was a taste for interesting literary adaptations, giving a home to movies like Hidden Figures, Devil Wears Prada, and The Fault in Our Stars. Films that might not have found a place anywhere else. as analysts speculate that Fox's production slate might soon be knocked down to as little as 4 theatrical releases per year. So, this is also bad for movies because, you know, we always complain about, like, all there is Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah.
This was a company that was making, you know, YA movies and making small movies.
Right up your alley.
Oh, we're going to talk about YA in segment 2.
It tickled your pickle. It's all right.
This sucks.
You know, there is no diversity in our films no more. It's either these indie things that we're seeing or we're seeing superhero movies.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There's no real... Like, I liked Fox 2000. You know?
When you hear that list, you go, oh, those are all winners.
I think that they had some better films than Fox Spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. And it had a female head running it, which was a cool thing. Because I want to see different, diverse things.
So, but is Disney going to give us something different? Are we going to get, like, a Disney Spotlight? Are we going to get something where Disney stops taking from the literary world and make it into, like, a cartoon musical thing? Like, are they going to give us gritty films?
I don't know. The thing I'm worried about is, what if Disney just goes, no, we're good. We already have a film studio. And all that they want is the intellectual property.
I think that's all that they really wanted. And
well, then that's a lot more jobs that are going to be on the chopping block coming up.
Listen,
if they get rid of all that.
Let's be honest. If you're talking about 4 theatrical releases a year, jobs are getting cut.
Right. Yeah.
Jobs are getting cut.
That sucks.
And you're going to call me crazy, but I guarantee you they bought the intellectual properties for the X-Men and for Deadpool and for Fantastic Four. Nobody's going to tell me different. They only bought them because of Marvel. That's definitely a big part of it. I think that's the reason. If Marvel did not want their children back, this deal would have never have happened. Would have never have happened. Because now 2 major corporations own almost everything. Time Warner owns DC, and I forget what other... Time Warner owns
HBO. It owns a lot of shit.
But then
there's really only like a handful. There's Disney, News Corp, Time Warner.
What was
Comcast.
Lionsgate under?
Lionsgate, I think.
Is that under the Fox umbrella?
I don't know. I think Lionsgate was actually under Miramax, which was under Disney. If I'm right about that.
But that's the question. What are we getting film-wise, man? Like that's like, what I want to know.
Even in the golden age of Hollywood, there was no studio that's ever had has ever been as much of a monopoly as Disney is. At this point, Disney... Because just thinking about the movie side of Disney, what competes against them? Universal Pictures? Paramount Pictures? Warner Brothers?
Yeah, but what's coming for their neck, though? Look at what they have.
Right.
Star Wars and Marvel. Let's just go right there. Let's not even talk about the Disney films themselves.
Right. Which is itself a library based on the classics of public domain fairy tales and stuff. They have a monopoly over popular culture. For sure.
They control...
For sure. Don't forget they also own ESPN, too.
Yes, they do. They control pop culture. From all across the board. Yeah. And now they just absconded the UFC ESPN.
Did they really?
Yeah. They didn't buy it, but they're allowing... UFC has the rights to broadcast all their... stuff on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Mm-hmm. So now, if you want to watch,
so it means Mickey's got his hands on UFC too.
Yeah, Mickey he has his hands dabbling. They paid a couple of $1 billion for that.
Those 4 fingers.
Yes, they did.
I'm trying to see here.
Let me look it up, hon.
I'm seeing predecessors, Artisan Entertainment and Trimark Pictures. I don't know who owns it though. Owners. Well, the AT&T owns a small percent of it.
See what I mean? Like, it's getting really...
Right. That's the way it is. It's an oligopoly. A monopoly is when one company owns everything, and that's against the law. But an oligopoly is when a few companies own everything, and that's perfectly legal. And that's what we have now. People don't realize that even though there's more stuff to play and watch and listen to now, you've got less choice than you did 20, 30 years ago.
Before.
You have basically 4 choices.
That's it.
For distinct different voices.
And they dictate to you, well, you're going to watch this. Right. And we're going to change the narrative of what you originally known to fit what we want it to be.
You could wake up and while you're getting ready for work, watch ESPN highlights. On your way to work, listen to Little Mermaid soundtrack like I do every day.
Of course you do.
You could get to work, have a heated conversation about how much you hate The Last Jedi with your coworker. And then you could go home and, fucking... play a fucking Star Wars game or whatever, and that was all Disney.
And you can go home and watch Wreck-It Ralph.
That was all Disney, right?
Ralph breaks the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all Disney. So basically, your day
Was all Disney.
revolves around the mouse.
That's the thing. People don't realize it because there's an illusion of there being choice because there's all these different
There's no
brands.
such thing as choice.
There's all these brands. You think, oh, the average schmo doesn't think ESPN is Disney or Star Wars is Disney.
You know where we get choice? And
Where?
you're going to call me crazy. Netflix, Amazon, Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
Apple. Apple's going to start making movies.
But
Apple's going to start making movies.
Yeah, but Apple's not a sweetheart. Apple's a huge multinational conglomerate.
Yes, but we're just talking about in terms of pop culture and what we're going to ingest media-wise that we want to watch. That has to be an alternative
To what we already have.
From what we already have.
All right, so yeah, there'll be a few more players on the field.
And I think because of the streaming thing, but you watch, man.
Mm-hmm.
Disney will eventually buy some of these big...
Disney Plus, we've been talking about it on the show for, I feel like, a year, and there's still no date for it coming out, even though you keep hearing about it. But I feel like it's going to drop like a bomb, it's going to be huge.
It's going to change the game, man, because they're taking tons of Netflix series off left and right and all the movies.
Yeah. And Apple's coming out with Apple TV too.
Mm-hmm.
And also Apple Pay is going to be more of a thing.
Yes.
The whole cryptocurrency thing, I think, is once we all start paying through Apple. But that's scary too.
Well, I don't think the infrastructure of how the American government pays for things will ever crumble.
Well, I know. I think that, the dollar bill will be like the virtual
physical
thing. I think that'll be the virtual thing that you're trading on whatever Apple Pay you're using.
Maybe, but I think people also still want a tangible thing like
Save
cash.
your pennies, guys. Save your pennies before they stop making them.
I don't think they'll ever stop making money. But.
All right, this last story makes me so happy.
What?
A New Jersey high school adapted the movie Alien for its spring play. Standing ovation. How amazing is this? And by the way, everything they used on the set was recycled. They made... God damn it.
I wish I taught at that
so
school.
Cool. Oh, man. It's in New Jersey. I wish I'd known about it before it went on. I would have seen it.
Oh, my God. I would have went, too.
North Bergen High School's drama club staged a play on the 19th and 22nd this past week. And one of the school students posted some details about the production on Reddit. They noted that it follows the plot of the film with a few scenes added to kill some time for scene changes, which apparently included the xenomorph walking amongst the members of the audience. Ooh, the xenomorph is what we call the alien from Aliens.
That's his name, Xeno?
Xenomorph.
Oh, maybe they want to abbreviate.
What's remarkable about the project is the level of detail in the costumes and sets. On its face, Alien isn't exactly a simple story to convey, with a complicated costume and special effect. Despite the technical challenges, the play included scenes like Kane's implantation and later the chest burster, the alien popping out of the guy's chest.
Wow, so you this is a high school?
Yeah, this is a quote. The chest burster has someone underneath the table. There's a separate person who wears a fake head for Ash, attack the others, and there's someone inside one of the eggs holding a facehugger that throws it on the person playing Kane.
Oh my God. This sounds really detailed.
The students also created the xenomorph and spacesuit costumes, as well as all sets that include airlock doors that open and close. What's more, the students say that the school didn't pay for any of it. The students themselves raised money themselves, and they built the props and costume from recycled material.
Is there pictures?
There's not just... Oh, yeah, there's pictures, but there's also, like, they made a little video.
Oh, my God, let me see. I want to see the video of the chest bursting scene.
I don't have it.
Do they sing
see
or
this
no?
girl,
Is it
see
just
this
straight
girl
acting?
with the red hair?
Yeah.
This teenager played the Sigourney Weaver part.
Let me see. It says Alien the Play. You can find this on YouTube.
But I'm showing you a picture that I screen grabbed.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It's not real. Look it up. Look it up. I wish I honestly hope fucking some. Well, you know what? Fox was Alien was Fox.
Yes.
So now Disney owns this.
Yes.
So I hope Mickey comes to these kids and goes, "You want to go on the road with this, guys?" But I think it's awesome. They're saying next year they might do Aliens. Might follow it up with the sequel.
Oh, God.
I think that's fantastic. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah?
Now, I'm sure some somebody out there is like, what about the classics? But fucking look, if all of Broadway could be remakes of movies, why not a high school production? And how cool! I think that's very smart. I wish I would love to do something like that with students.
But I love the fact that students are taking their own initiative now and not doing Bye Bye Birdie, Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah. We're doing fucking Alien.
Yeah, like, you know what we're going to do this year for our spring play? Alien.
We're going to make a fucking xenomorph out of recycled shit.
You know, I would be happy if a high school did Rocky.
They tried that, the Rocky musical.
Well, I mean, I've seen it, but...
Here's an image of the xenomorph.
It looks amazing,
it looks good.
dude. Those kids did a fantastic job.
I like that it went through the high school crowd like fucking the Cats and Cats, just spooking people out.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, eat your heart out.
Eat your fucking heart out. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I thought that was a great piece of news. All right, let's go to let's talk about Trailer Corner because we looked at some interesting trailers.
They were.
Let's start with Ma.
Spooky as fuck.
But I can't look. But the trailer's also funny.
It is.
And I can't tell if it's trying to be funny and scary at the same time, or it's just trying to be scary, but it doesn't know that it's being funny as well.
No, it leads you in to let your guard down because you like Ma.
But alright, so what is it about?
I guess Ma, who wants children or acceptance or friends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The trailer begins with this group of kids, and they want to party, so they're asking older people to buy them beer, and they come across Octavia Spencer.
She buys them the booze.
She buys the booze, but then she's like, hey, you kids want to party like rock stars?
Wink.
Come over to my house. And so they're like, all right, this is weird, but they go to this middle-aged woman's house, and she's like, this basement is your bar. You can do anything. Welcome to Maz. Just don't go upstairs. Don't ever go upstairs.
See, at first I thought, oh, wait a minute, we're going to get a comedy kind of like Project X
right,
and The Hangover.
No. Ma starts creepily making their way into all their lives.
She's going to kill you.
Right. She leaves them a bottle of booze by their car and sends them a message like, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And the kids are like, how'd she get our number?
Because she's Ma.
Ma says the girl has nice earrings, and then the girl wakes up the next day and her earrings are gone, and then Ma sends her a video like, thanks for the earrings.
Yeah.
I think Ma even I think Ma is especially obsessed with like the one mean girl, because I think she then tries to hook up with the girl's boyfriend.
Yep.
And this is Octavia Spencer, who's amazing, but she's playing it so funny. Like, there's an amazing slow motion shot where there's a pyramid of beer cans, and she
kicks the beer cans.
She kicks it, and then like her belly fat like jiggles, and it's like, is this a comedy?
I don't know.
Because I was laughing. There's even a crazy part where she's like, I must be a crazy person. And then we see her legitimately run somebody over. In the trailer.
And then doesn't she cut off a man's lower region?
Yeah. There's one girl that's passed out, and you see her sew her lips shut. And she's like, I haven't had this much fun in my... It's like, what is this?
I don't know what it is, but I like
I'm
these
intrigued.
type of... But see, I like these type of horror films.
Really? I thought you didn't like any type of horror
I don't like
movies.
them, but... I like the way horror is going.
What do you mean by that?
You know, Get Out, Us,
you like
Ma.
you like the funny horror that's also coming at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it's not so like gory and
right. Like, we can also make jokes and do ridiculous things at the same time. I wonder if that's what it's doing. You know, there was another movie, I haven't seen it yet, but there was a movie that came out recently called Greta, which also was about an older woman becoming obsessed with a young person. And I heard that was also kind of funny.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if the movie's trying to be funny or if it's just unintentionally funny. Well, I guess we'll have to wait to see the movie.
And we get a little bit of Juliette Lewis.
Ma. Yeah, Juliette Lewis is, she's the mean girl's mother.
Yeah.
Who I guess went to high school with Ma.
It's Ma.
Right, because she comes home at one point.
And she's like, well, you went to high school, and then Ma gives her like this really dirty look as she's hugging the mother.
She's like, meet my friend, and it's Ma, and it's like, oh shit, this woman, she's stalking me. Now she's like talking to my mother.
See, but Ma's a nurse too.
And then is she?
She's wearing scrubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then she hugs the girl's mother and like gives her a look like, I fucking know what you're doing. Because there's a point in the trailer where she's like, did I upset you guys? And like she's like, they stopped talking to her.
We got to stop going to Ma's.
Ma's is the hippest party in town.
I would go to Ma's.
When I was a young kid drinking underage, I definitely would have gone to Ma's. But like, this is a party. It's safe. What do you think's upstairs? Ma said, don't ever go upstairs.
I don't know. The house looked really nice upstairs.
You think it's like bodies that she's like made into like statues? Like, you think she like does Norman Bates and fucking taxidermies people?
I'm gonna be
Because she's
honest.
sewing shit up and stuff. She's got some crafting skills. She's been to Michael's.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to watch this now.
I think you should. I think we should
Just
go
because
see
I
Ma
want to
together.
know what's upstairs.
I don't know. The girl goes upstairs in one scene in the trailer, and Ma
But you
jumps
really
on
don't
her.
see anything.
No.
But it looks like a nice house.
Yeah, but it's creepy. It's a creepy house.
But the basement looks really swanky too, though. Because the kids start fixing it up.
Right. And it's Maz.
It's Maz.
Welcome to Maz. It's almost like that movie, The House, with Jason Mantzoukas and Amy Poehler and Will Ferrell. It's like, we're going to start an underage bar right here in this...
See, I wish that me and my friends had that much foresight to do in our youth.
When I was a young...
Could you imagine having your own place just to be a young skell?
I wasn't my own place, but when I was an underage kid, there was basically a bar for underage kids. It was almost like a speakeasy. It was downstairs of a Chinese food restaurant in Brooklyn. I don't know if they're still around. And they let kids in and they served kids. And it was like a underage bar. It was crazy. I think I only went once though, but it was nuts. That was also, you know what that night was? That was also the first time or the second time I ever smoked weed.
I've changed you ever since.
And I did not have a good reaction to it.
Really?
I was like I kept moving because I thought if I stopped moving I'd disappear.
You were forever changed that night.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, actually, I didn't become like a real smoker until like much later. How about the Unicorn Store?
What the hell was that?
Directed by Brie
Captain Marvel herself.
Larson. She is.
So is it about?
She's America's sweetheart.
So is it about a 30-something failure living at home?
I think she's like a 20-something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's about a girl who. Well, it begins with we see.
She fails out of art school.
Brie Larson, which is, how do you do that? You see Brie Larson, and I paused it. What they're supposed to be doing is they're supposed to be doing self-portraits.
Yeah.
But she painted on the whole wall outside of the canvas.
And she
and
used
put
glitter.
pinks and glitter, and you see them mark her grade. Everything's bad. They just go down the line on the chart of poor.
Gotta go.
So she's out of art school. But then she gets a temp job working at some company.
She hates.
And then she gets a clandestine piece of mail that has her name on it. And it says, come to the store. But the store is a magical place with her best friend in real life, Samuel L. Jackson working there. I like to think they hang out a lot.
I think they do.
I think they're best friends. They got chemistry. They were great in Captain Marvel. And... he looks all magical. He's got like some weird like silver tinsel in his hair. And he's like, this store will give you whatever you want. And she's like, well, ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted a unicorn. And he's like, if I get you a unicorn, are you ready for it? And then she like has direction in her life, but the direction is getting ready for a unicorn. She starts building a stable for a unicorn. Her parents, which are Bradley Whitford from Get Out and the great Joan Cusack, are like, what's going on with you?
This kid's nuts.
And it looks funny.
It does.
But it looks like she falls in love with the boy at the craft store.
But where's the end game, though?
I don't know. She gets a unicorn. Or she doesn't. It's magical.
Do you think that the unicorn is a metaphor for her to have direction?
I don't know if it's a metaphor, but...
like, she dreamed all this shit up.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it looks like the movie has a certain sense of magical realism that it could really, what she's dealing with could be real. I don't know. I mean, it begins with her doing a self-portrait, and the self-portrait has this sort of color scheme of pale blues and pinks and glitter, and that seems like what the whole movie's
and
like.
She seems real
bubbly,
and she's a dreamer and whatnot. So I don't know. There's like a wonder-like innocence about the way she's playing the role as well. Yeah. Now, granted, there wasn't enough dialogue to really assess,
and it's coming out on Netflix.
Which again, we talk about variety.
Yeah.
That's where you're getting films like this.
Well, I was looking it up today, and on IMDb, it says it was made in 2017. So I wonder if it got made and nobody was interested, and then they were like, oh, Captain Marvel?
We'll cash in on this.
We'll cash in on when she's super hot.
So do you think she originally brought this to Netflix. Netflix iced it.
Who knows? Or she could have just made it independently, or maybe even made it for a studio and the studio didn't want it. I don't know, but I don't think that necessarily means anything bad because I think it looks good. It looks really interesting.
I think they probably just didn't know. But again, I question this though. Mm-hmm. She's an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you want a film from an Oscar winner?
Right. She had already won the Oscar for Room.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what else? She was also a musical artist. I didn't know this. I was looking yesterday, looking up videos on YouTube. I found from 10 years ago some pop songs she did.
I didn't know that.
She did everything. And she was so, I mean, she's beautiful now, but she was like, she's so young looking. I was like, oh my God, she looks like a kid. And she's
like, well, wait a minute, she was a kid.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That was back in the days when she was on United States of Tara.
This is before she's fighting the Korean Scroll War.
That's before she was. But I tell you what, Emilio, I'd like her better if she smiled more.
See what you did there.
Ha, honey. Ha, hun. You know you.
I see what you're doing. Well played, Michael.
Why do you smile more?
Touche.
No, but she is very not. I don't think she should smile more, but she's actually very funny. She was on some sketches of the Kroll show.
Yeah,
the Nick Kroll sketch show.
Yeah.
She's very funny.
She is. Isn't she one of the voices on Big Mouth?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. Has she ever hosted SNL? Because that's gotta happen. If it hasn't happened, it needs to happen soon.
I mean, she's in the biggest movie before Infinity Wars comes out.
And I like how
Endgame, whatever it's called.
I like how they planned that right after Captain Marvel came out, they released the new Endgame trailer with her in it.
Yep. But they won't drop the Spider-Man trailer until everybody sees the Avengers film.
They've shown, but they've got the.
There's a new one.
Oh, I think
it's
here's
Peter.
my theory.
I think it's Peter dealing with Starks' death.
Oh, maybe yeah. Okay, I was gonna say I thought it was before Infinity War. You think it's after?
I think it's after.
It's interesting because it looks like it's going to be Spider-Man and Nick Fury, and that's kind of what Captain Marvel was. He seems to have a bigger role in these new movies.
It's Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
How can you not?
Yeah. I'm excited for Unicorn Star.
I can't wait to watch it. I like and we'll talk about it later, but I like the
chemistry.
Well, yeah, they're just good, but what I want to say is, from a Netflix made-for-TV movie, as I like to call these things now, it's the history of Motley Crue. But we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. So the last trailer, and
I don't know what to make of that.
This movie. I'm so done with him. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino. I'm so done. I'm so done.
Another period piece.
And you know what he needs to fucking stop?
What?
That he numbers his movies. The 9th film by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
He has gotten extremely pretentious over the years. It's getting worse.
He was always pretentious, but at least he used to be fun and pretentious. Now he's just pretentious.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this movie's about.
A stunt double?
You've got, Brad Pitt is the stunt double to Leonardo DiCaprio, who's the big star. But it's like the 60s because Margot Robbie's in it as, what's his name, Roman Polanski's wife who died the Manson murders.
And Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's in it.
Yeah.
It looks funny. I wonder if it's a comedy.
I think it is.
Well, he's never done like a straight up just comedy. I don't know. It's weird. The trailer is just all these little moments. Like there's that weird moment where Leonardo DiCaprio is acting and they call cut, and then this little child, this little girl,
it's the
comes
best
up
acting
to him.
I've ever seen in my life.
That is the best acting I've ever seen in my life, and he starts crying and saying his own name.
Yeah. Now, is Leo done now? Now he got the Oscar. He's just gonna start is the reconnaissance over for him, like it is for Matthew McConaughey? Because now Matthew McConaughey's got that Beach Bum movie.
Oh yeah.
Are we? Is this what we're gonna see from Leo now? Movies where he doesn't have to try so hard because he's got his award.
I don't know. I think that Tarantino is still the director that people want to work with. So I think, look at the small little part he gave De Niro in Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
I think people want to work with him. So I think, this is the third or fourth time Brad Pitt has worked with him.
Yes.
So I don't know. I think people, I don't know if
Christopher Waltz got 2 Academy Awards because of him.
So DiCaprio, did Django Unchained.
Yeah.
So he probably fucking signed on to the sight unseen. Whatever QT, whatever you want to do, I'm on board.
You got it, QT. I got you. Whatever you need, buddy. We're going to do it together. We're going to make a film.
Yeah. But you know what? QT's last movie was The Hateful Eight, which I liked, but I saw it once and I was like,
Yeah, I don't need to see this again. I've seen it. I don't like it.
It came out the same time as The Force Awakens, and I guess it did okay, but Force Awakens was such a juggernaut. I wonder what happened. He hasn't, had a failure yet.
He's never had a stinker.
He's never had a stinker. I think
but they also
some of his
weren't
movies,
blockbusters either.
No.
They've made money, but they weren't like, I don't think
But I wonder how expensive they are, too.
I don't think they have been ever as big as Pulp Fiction.
I think Kill Bill is probably his most expensive movie. That movie had a lot of crazy shit in it, and it's basically 2 movies in one.
Yeah, but I don't.
And that was the end for me. That was the pinnacle for me. And then everything since then.
So do you think that was it? Like for his height of creativity, you think now everything else?
Yeah, I mean, I liked Hateful Eight. I liked Inglourious Bastards. I liked Django, but I also saw them all once, and it's also he is so all over his movies, like the Quentin Tarantino-isms. I'm just like, I feel like I'm not watching a movie. I'm watching Tarantino just jerk off all over the camera.
That's what you're doing, though. You're not. It's just as big as him, because you could say from the director of this, from the producer of that, from the writer of this. Right. You know what I mean? You see how they like word stuff now?
Yeah.
The buzzwords.
Yeah.
His is the 9th film from Quentin Tarantino.
I think every episode of PCMC now, I'm going to go, this is the 80th episode from PCMC.
I remember when we were doing the Emilio Sparks experience, and I guess when we got up to like maybe 30, you snapped at me one day when we were recording.
What did I say?
You're like, do we really need to say the number of the episode that we're doing? And I was like, oh shit, you know what? You're right. I don't know why I do that.
I try to not anymore because every time...
You've never said it. I don't even know what number we're up to on PCMC.
Every time I say it, I end up releasing it. I either get it wrong or it gets released in a different day and I have to cut it out anyway.
See what I mean? Like,
if I'm correct, I think this episode is like 74, 75.
Awesome.
Somewhere in there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the 75th podcast from Emilio Sparks and Mike Bongiorno.
Jungle Buggy. Jungle. You know, I saw what? I was born in 1983. Pulp Fiction comes out in 94. So 94. I was 11.
Yeah.
Way too young to see that movie. Yet I saw it and I was obsessed with it. And I watched it all the time.
And you still watch it when it comes on, right? Is that the only one from him? Like that and maybe Reservoir Dogs?
I think...
Because I watch Pulp Fiction every time it's on TV.
I don't ever see it on TV, though.
It's always on IFC.
Okay. I used to watch it every couple of years. I haven't checked back in a while. It's been like probably 5 years since I watched all of his movies. But I don't know. It's probably still the best one.
Do you want to do that over the summer, maybe?
Do a Tarantino... we'll do it in time for... this new one,
which
the
drops in July.
So we'll watch the first 8.
Do you want to do it?
Sure, I'll do that.
All right.
You know what one I really hated when it came out, but then I kind of came to like it more?
What?
Death Proof, which was his half of the Grindhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. I ended up liking it more when I saw it alone without the much superior Robert Rodriguez movie, Planet Terror. But I don't know. I don't even know what this fucking movie is. I heard that it might have to do with the Manson murders.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in July.
You know what? Fucking whatever happened to back in my day, trailers would tell you what a movie was.
They don't want that no more.
Whatever happened to that?
They just want you to go and spend your money and go sit there.
God damn it, Emilio Sparks.
It's over with. That's over. Logical trailers are done. They give away too much.
Yeah. It's either too much or nothing at all.
And in this case, nothing at all.
Because the headline is Quentin Tarantino.
That's it. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like an album from one of your favorite artists.
Maybe just to fuck him, when the movie comes out, I'll watch Force Awakens on Blu-ray. Just now, every time he puts out a movie, I'm watching Force Awakens.
I could see your
fuck
logic.
You, QT.
Okay.
Fuck you, QT. All right. On this... Actually, this is like 3... This is what... 2 episodes ago, me and Vin went off on Kevin Smith and QT. So we've been going through a 90s hate fest.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll take the first break from PCMC.
Hey guys, I saw a bit of your production of Alien, and I just want to say it looked incredible. You put so much heart and soul into that, and the alien, I must say, looked very real to me. And I just wanted to send our compliments, not only from me, but from James Cameron and the original screenwriter, Walter Hill. We all say, bravo, well done. And just one more thing. The alien might still be around, so when you're opening your locker, just do it very slowly.
Welcome back to PCMC, Pop Culture Man Show. And if you're new to this show, this is a show about popular culture, media, fandom, cartoons, toys, memes.
What a way to set the table.
Hey, listen, I'm a showbiz professional. Look, I'm always telling you, Emilio. Aren't I always telling you it's 90% biz, 10% show?
Yes.
I'm always saying that to you.
Always.
Emilio Sparks is here.
How you
He's
doing?
alive. He's
back.
well.
I'm back. I'm here.
He looks good. His beard looks he's been eating a lot of good protein. I could see it in the beard. It's got a shine to it.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
It's all the legumes.
I love a good legume. I love do you like nuts? No, you're allergic to all nuts.
Yeah, I can't.
Boy, you can't have anything.
I can't have fun.
I eat cashews. I have a cashew problem.
Really?
I love cashews.
So we're done with the Disney ice cream bars and the waffles?
No, I actually I had 2 boxes of that. I gave 1 box away.
Who'd you give it to?
Mike Fischetti.
Did he enjoy it?
Yes, he hugged me. He was because he was looking for
He's
it.
moved. He was moved by your gesture of kindness.
He was moved. Waffles, waffles sometimes still happen, Emilio.
All right.
What do you do? If you cut me, I bleed.
I need my waffles. I need them.
So this is the chill sesh. This is the sesh where we chill. Did you see Captain Marvel?
No.
You didn't?
I could not.
That's all right.
I could not. I'm sorry. But you could sell me on it a little bit.
I don't need to sell you on it. We can just talk. What have you
I've
been
read
doing?
it. I mean, I read the plot. I've read all the reviews, so it's not like I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, we could deduce at this point everything that was going to happen.
For the diehard fans that want to know what's Mike Bongiorno's take, I'll just give them a short little take, and then we can move on to something else. Here's what I thought. The first 20 minutes to half hour is convoluted and really slow paced, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. This looks bad.
Okay.
And then it gets a little better, but it's still shaky. Basically, when Ben Mendelsohn's character kind of really comes into the story, it gets very good. It's not at all my favorite Marvel movie, but she's really good in it. A lot of people felt that the 90s soundtrack was a little too on the nose. I actually liked it. I listened to the soundtrack. It's on point. I liked a fight scene to Just a Girl.
How can you not?
I thought it was good.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Emilio Sparks had a huge crush on Gwen Stefani and her thin eyebrows back then.
Yeah.
Because that was all the rage.
Did I ever tell you the time I saw her?
What?
I actually saw her once.
Where?
I was driving, right? And she was walking on the street. And I went, "Hey, Gwen." You know what she said to me?
What?
She said, "I ain't no holla back girl."
You
Thanks,
know,
everybody. This has been Pop Culture Man Children. I'm out. That's the last joke, last episode.
I've been got. You really got me, dude. You really got me.
I learned, though, that she ain't no holla back.
She ain't no holla. Fucking Mike Bongiorno. Mike Bongiorno, folks, is here all week. Tried to veal. And I walked into it like a jerk off. Because I thought maybe, if I actually
how long have we
driving
been friends?
Too long.
You don't think I would have told you the Gwen Stefani story by now?
I thought maybe I would have forgot.
No, you wouldn't forget the Gwen Stefani story.
Fuck, I don't know. I fell for that hook, line, and sinker.
But I also had a crush on her. I loved her. And No Doubt. Remember that? What's the No Doubt album? The really good one with the orange on the cover?
Tragic Kingdom?
Yeah. That was the one, man. That was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the one because, it had you and me. I could see together always.
Remember CDs?
Yeah.
Hey, kids, remember CDs? They were fun. They really were.
Remember going to...
This is the oldest conversation you've ever heard.
Oh, God.
Everyone just tuned out. Everyone was like, what, fuck this
what I
podcast.
wanted to talk to you about was we do an episode from the mall. And I was just, for some reason, I was thinking about, wow, I haven't been to the mall in a very, very long time. And then I remember.
I was there Sunday.
Do you remember going to the mall was like a thing to do when you were a kid?
I still do it.
Okay, now, but wait. So
but
now,
I spend money. Unlike when I was a kid, I just walked around.
a $20 bill could last you 12 hours at the mall back then.
No.
Now, not so much. But
well, the mall I think has more traffic now because there's so much shit. There's so much.
see,
more
that's
stuff.
what I'm hearing.
The food court has so much shit.
That's what I'm hearing.
The movie theater. I've been to the movie theater a bunch of times
Never
already.
been in there.
Oh man, I saw a YA movie recently. That Emilio Sparks. It's like the movie put its hand through my chest, held my heart, and ripped it out.
Please.
The film. I've seen it twice already. The film is called 5 Feet Apart.
Okay.
So you see, Emilio, people who have cystic fibrosis, they've got lung problems. So they can't catch, if they catch viruses, it could be the end of their life.
I'm very familiar, yes.
Right. So it's a serious thing. But because you have to be careful about catching things, 2 people with cystic fibrosis can't be within 6 feet of one another.
Oh, that I did not know.
That's a real true thing in real life. In this movie, our lead character, okay, what's her name? Abby? I don't remember. I've seen it twice and I love it, but I forget her name. Anyway, our lead character, she's in the hospital for, she's on the list, the donor list for her lungs. She's hoping to get new lungs, but she might not, whatever. She's in the hospital for what she calls a tune-up, because she's got this disease. And wouldn't you know it, Emilio, she falls in love with a boy in the same ward as her.
Oh, no.
But they can't touch.
So how do they fall in love?
Through their minds.
Stop it.
It's the perfect YA thing. It's so chaste.
Wait a minute. Is this... I've seen commercials with this. Is this the one with the love stick?
Yes. Yes.
I was calling the movie Love Stick.
That's a different movie.
Love Stick.
Yeah.
Love Stick.
At some point, Cole... What's his name?
Cole Sprouse.
Cole Sprouse. Yeah. He's one half of the kids from...
The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, I was going to say Big Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Are they both still working, or is it just him who's still working?
Oh, isn't he playing fucking Jughead?
Is it him or the brother? I don't know who's who.
Doesn't really matter.
All right. Well, anyway,
They're
Sprouse.
identical twins.
Right. All right. So, they fall in love, and he doesn't want it. He's like, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's just, you watch it and you're like, oh, I'm not going to fall for this. And then it just sucks you in. And then she's like, you know what? This disease is taking so much for us. I say we take 1 foot back. Let's stay 5 feet apart. And 5 feet, I guess, is what a pool cue is. So
It's the Love Stick.
they stay the pool cue. They don't touch. They don't kiss. They don't fuck. But whatever, it's YA. It's not about that. It's about
the human condition, the emotion.
love. And I don't want to spoil it or anything.
Did you cry?
You know,
How many tears did Mike Bongiorno
I
shed?
actually don't think I cried. I swear to
then
God.
it's not a good YA film for you.
And I know I cry a lot.
You do.
But I don't know. I think maybe I was dehydrated that day. I did not cry.
I judge a lot of the things that you
But
pick by your tears.
I cried in my heart. Like
Okay.
I was devastated for a good day.
All right.
And my friend was like, no, it works out. I was like, no, it doesn't work out. It's not going to work out.
It can't work out.
It's not going to work out for them. And it's not even whether or not they stay together or not. Okay, which I won't tell you what happens.
But we also know the mortality rate with cystic fibrosis.
Right, exactly. Even if you get a lung transplant, you've got basically 5 years with those new lungs.
Yeah.
So it's a painful thing, but it's a beautiful love story.
And it got you. And you saw this in the mall.
And it's got that song, yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
From the radio. You know, on the FM radio? I don't forget what it's called.
Red or green, we got the dreamer's disease. Is that one?
No, that's not it. But anyway, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it at the mall. It was good. I see it twice.
Wow. Could you imagine if we had a movie theater in the mall when we were kids? We would have never have left that place.
Yeah.
The mall would have been magical. But I think
it is magical for these kids now.
Yeah, well, not for us. But I think we should do an episode live from the mall.
Yeah.
And we just talk about what we used to have in there.
Have
like
you
how
ever-
scary Hot Topic was. Like how you actually used to listen to CDs before you could buy them, where they actually had like these big setups.
You'd catch fucking hepatitis from those fucking
Headphones
beats that you would put on. Ugh, so gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember
Barnes & Noble had them for way too long.
way
too long.
But I remember listening to, and I'll never forget it, at the mall. I bought the single version to Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana's Smooth. And it's just like the ocean. Give me your heart, make it real, or let's forget about it.
Wow. You got that on single? Was it a single or was it a
was
CD?
A single CD.
Single CD. So did it come with a B-side?
No.
It had to have. It was just one song?
Yeah. Well, an instrumental track.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Of the same song?
Of the same song.
So in case you want to do it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, that song. What year was that song?
Oh, God.
That song ruled that summer.
That and Ricky
it's
Martin.
A hot one.
Like 7 inches from the midday sun. I hear you whispering the words so fast and slow, but you stay so cool. My Mona Quita. My Spanish Harlem Mona Lisa.
Wow. Where's Rob Thomas? Is he still around? Is he still working? Still doing stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, of course he is.
Or is he like hosting like some sort of a game show?
No, Rob Thomas he's still putting out music. Smooth came out in, what year was it? 1999.
Wow.
That was the first
Pre-9/11.
That was the first non-hip hop anything I ever bought.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I even liked the song at the time. But it was like everywhere. You couldn't not like it.
It was all over.
You couldn't not like it. Do you remember Mambo No. 5?
Yes.
That was another
Lubega.
That was a song you couldn't get
Which
away with.
still is in pop culture because he changes up the words. He was on Disney Channel doing it.
Was he?
Yeah.
This guy's got to do something.
I mean,
make rent.
it has a legacy.
He's got to make rent.
I mean, Billboard magazine ranked it like in the top 50.
Smooth?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you still hear it once in a while on the radio. God, it's 10 years old. No. It's 20 years old. 99, you said, right?
99.
It's 20 years old.
It's 20 years old.
Holy shit.
Yeah. MTV was playing that music video constantly. And I remember I used to watch it because there was a gorgeous girl in that video that was the love interest to Rob Thomas.
All I remember is sepia tones. That's all I remember. And people looking very hot. It was a hot one, in fact.
It was just, bro, rock crooner.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what you aspired to be.
Oh my God, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be in a shitty little rock band and have crossover success. What is Rob Thomas doing with himself now?
That's what I want to know.
Let's see. I think he has a new album coming out. Let's
see.
Yeah, it's called The Chip Tooth Smile.
Okay.
It's coming out April 26th, 2019.
I think that's where I'm going to see Beetlejuice.
Are you gonna buy the Chip Tooth Smile?
I gotta cancel Beetlejuice now. I got plans that day.
I think you have to.
I gotta call up my Spanish Harlem Mona Lisa and be like, hey guys.
I hear you whispering the words so fast and slow, but you stay so cool.
Burr, burr, burr. Doesn't he say Carlos Santana's name at some point? He's like, Carlos Santana.
No, that was Maria Maria. That was the follow-up single.
Yes. So, something tragic happened since the last time I talked to you.
What?
They canceled One Day at a Time.
Yeah, I know. I'm really pissed about that, actually.
How do you feel?
I love that show.
A lot of people love it.
I watched all 3 seasons.
I honestly couldn't get through one episode.
And
I thought it was so corny.
Why?
I just thought it was so corny. I was like, I can't watch a sitcom like this.
Well, I don't think it was corny at all.
Okay.
What was corny about it?
It was just corny. It was
what?
It was like a 70s sitcom.
It's a spoof on a 70s sitcom.
Oh, I don't think so.
Were you watching the right one?
I was. Yeah. She was in a doctor's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, you were watching.
I was like, this is. I can't take this. But you loved it.
I did.
Well, it's off now.
I know.
And it was kind of successful.
It was. I thought it was. I mean, there's been a whole lot of talk that it might actually go to a network.
Wow, that'd be an interesting switcheroo.
Yeah.
It's weird that Netflix is so powerful and still doesn't give out numbers. Because we don't even know how popular it was.
Well, that's what I want to know. What justifies a cancellation and what doesn't?
In the world of Netflix, I have no idea.
It wasn't as
it
promoted.
It couldn't have been expensive. It was a sitcom.
And it was a single camera shoot, I think, right? Or is it 3 camera shoot?
3 cameras.
3 cameras?
So that's cheaper too, though.
Yeah. But now the question is this. It wasn't as marketed as Orange is the New Black.
No.
Or Stranger Things.
Which are definitely more expensive shows.
And Queer Eye. Like, you see advertisements for, like, those 3 shows everywhere.
Yeah, you really didn't. But it seemed to have a dedicated audience.
It did. It was very good. It was very... Listen, I thought the scripts were well done. I thought that everything was topical and cultural at the time.
Yeah.
And you
Did it have that Norman Lear
It definitely... Yes.
heavy-handed morality?
Yep.
Okay.
And you had an entire cast with the exception of Snyder and Stephen Tobolowsky
Yes.
being powered by Latin Americans. It was a fantastic...
It sucks that it got canceled.
And I think the head scriptwriter, I think she was...
A woman of color?
A woman of color.
Well, what the fuck? See, that's the thing. Why don't they give out numbers? Isn't there a point where you're too big to not give out numbers?
I want to know how many subscribers they have.
I feel like they tout that number, but I don't know. But won't that bubble burst? Won't there come a point where everyone does have it?
I mean,
Because I think they still are banking on more and more people keep joining. It's
but at this point,
it's going to bring down the economy. One day we're going to be living in a Mad Max like fucking dust world,
and just
it's going to be like the
is-
Wild Ones or whatever that movie's called.
Yeah,
what's that movie with fucking
Marlon Brando?
No, with no, with fucking Momoa and Jim Carrey.
It's the Wild One. The Badlands.
Yeah, it's gonna be that, and it's gonna be like, "How, guys? Remember when Netflix took down the whole world economy?" Oh yeah, before the good, we were all loving our fucking Orange is the New Black,
and then once they cancel one day at a time, it was the end of civilization as we know it.
The bubble burst, kids. People were jumping out of windows. Wall Street had its worst day in history.
That's it. People were painting murals of Rita Moreno.
It was over.
That's it.
It was over, and then the zombies came.
Owned by Disney.
The bad times.
Owned by Disney.
Then the bad times started.
Did you see?
This is what we're gonna sound like. We're gonna sound like Jackson, man. Baby, it's time to let the old ways die.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now I seen these.
Tell me something, girl.
Wow.
It hurts me to do Jackson, man. Oh my god, I gotta take a drink.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
I seen the press conference for Apple. I want to know. So Jason Momoa comes on.
He was part of that presentation,
and they play a clip.
Yeah,
and he's in some, I guess, movie or television thing or whatever. At what point is it? Well, is it? What is? Are you playing Declan Harp? Are you playing Aquaman? Like, it's a character that is just covered in blood and fur, and he's holding hatchets.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you stop typecasting yourself?
I mean, what else is the man gonna do? I don't think he's a terrible actor.
He's not.
I mean, what was his first, like, didn't he...
Baywatch, and then Stargate.
But also, he had a big role in season 1 of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Which was a very physical role.
Yes, because he's a very physical man.
Yeah, he was best when he didn't speak.
But he speaks now.
He speaks now.
And I follow him on Instagram.
He would be a good He-Man. Wouldn't he? They're making a new He-Man, or it's in production. How supposedly
it's always in production.
But supposedly they just hired some kid to play He-Man. Someone from all the boys I loved before. Some like little. I mean, he looks like a normal little young man. I guess they gotta pump him up or whatever.
What are they gonna pump him up with? CGI, steroids?
I don't know. I mean, he looks like he could be Prince Adam.
Maybe he should be.
But I think Momoa would actually be a good He-Man.
I think Momoa would be a really good He-Man.
Aquaman reminded me of He-Man in some ways.
Wet He-Man?
Yeah. Wet He-Man. I just rewatched that movie.
What?
Master
Aquaman?
Universe. I got it on Blu-ray.
How's it look?
Beautiful.
Does it stand the test of time?
I still love it.
Is there plot holes? Or is it? Are we just mesmerized by Lubic?
Oh my god. I'm so glad you said that because I have a new favorite line from that movie. So
there's so many quotables from that guy in that film.
So in the movie, He-Man and his friends come to Earth and they run afoul of Lubic, who's a
bumbling street hard-nosed detective.
He's a detective and he don't know what the fuck is going on with all these people.
Leather jacket.
He doesn't get it.
No.
And there's a part at the end where he's trying to arrest them, right? But as he's trying to arrest them, they open the cosmic key and they end up in Castle Grayskull with Skeletor there.
And Lubic winds up there.
And Lubic doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So Lubic's like hiding from all these monsters, but then somebody shoots a laser at him and he says, "Nobody takes pot shots at Lubic." I know exactly. He gets up and he takes out a shotgun and he's shooting Skeletor's guys with a shotgun and they're going down. Oh my God, it's the best. Nobody takes pot shots at Lubic. I don't care if I'm in a castle in another galaxy.
You want us to come back with us? Give up all this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What a weird... There's definitely a scene that was cut out because Lubic is like this hard-nosed cop. And then at the end, the human characters are going back to Earth and like, you want to come back? And Lubic is dressed in Eternian clothing. He's got this beautiful young Eternian bride who doesn't say anything. He's like, I got my girl. I got a castle. Like, you live in Castle Grayskull.
Giving up all this?
Lubic. And Lubic is the same guy who played Strickland in Back to the Future.
Yes.
The bald guy. You
and
know
he
him.
also has the famous line in Top Gun, your ego's writing checks your ass can't cash.
He was so great. I got to look up his name, the actor who played him.
Oh, my God.
He was always bald.
Nobody takes pot shots at Lubic.
Oh, my God.
It's like he's always old.
And then he takes, he does that thing with the shotgun where he shakes it and that's what cocks it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes from 1 minute terrified that he's just been taken through time magically to a castle
land
with a big scary
sorcerer
Skeletor man to nobody takes pot shots at Lubic. Oh, Lubic.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why people think that's a bad movie.
That's
it's
fantastic.
Amazing. It's amazing.
And Dolph Lundgren was good in it. That's like right after Rocky IV, too.
Yeah. Like, I get this. The Master Universe fans are like, it's so unlike the show, and I get that. But I feel like even if it's a great kooky 80s.
Perfect.
Yeah, and you know what? Courtney Cox is really good in it.
And that's a canon film, too.
Franklin Gell is really good in it.
Oh, my God. He was so good.
He brought a gravitas to Skeletor that nobody wanted, but he brought it.
Well, I mean, Skeletor is... You mumbling oaf.
What about... Yeah, and then he brings...
Scariness.
Right. There's a part in the movie where he's whipping He-Man, and it looks like he's coming. It's very weird. And Skeletor goes... Tell me about the loneliness of good, He-Man.
Yeah.
Is it equal to the loneliness of evil? And it's like, holy shit, what's going on?
You know what I liked? There was a part where Evil Lynn goes, after all this time, Grayskull is ours. And he yells, no! And he bangs his staff. And there's literally 50, 60 seconds of silence.
Yeah.
And then you just hear because he's wearing metal gloves, and you hear the clinking on the scepter.
Yeah.
And he just turns to the camera and goes, no, mine.
Yeah.
And I was like... Holy shit!
That's how we first see him.
Yeah,
because Evelyn's like,
she's doing the shit, and
it's
then
ours, mine.
And then you see, but you don't see his face up until that point.
No,
he's walking, and you just see his feet, and he's hitting the staff.
Yeah,
and he's walking, and he's hitting the staff.
Yeah,
and then when she says, "After all this time, Grayskull is ours," and you see the back shot just with the hood.
And the music cuts too.
Yep.
When he says no,
and he bangs the staff, and it makes this echo.
Yeah,
and then he takes his hand.
It's so good.
Clink, clink, clink. Mine.
It's so fucking good. It's so good. They're putting out figures.
Can he still play that role?
The movie. Oh, he says in interviews now that it's still one of his favorite roles.
So he did it only because his son liked the cartoon.
Yeah, and then his son fell asleep during the movie when they went to see it. By the way, Lubic is played by the amazing James Tolkan.
What is he doing now?
Born in 1931.
So he's old as fuck. Is he alive still?
All I'm seeing on IMDb is born. I don't see any death.
Oh, good. I like Lubic.
He's a fiery... This is what his IMDb bio is. Fiery, forceful, and intimidating character actor James Tolkan has carved out a little niche for himself in both movies and television alike as a formidable portrayer of fierce and flinty, hard-boiled, tough guy types.
And that's definitely him.
James Stewart Tolkan was born June 20th, 1931. In Calumet, Michigan. His father, Ralph M. Tolkan, was a cattle dealer.
Ooh, he's tough. Leathery skin, too.
James attended the University of Utah, Cole College, and Eastern Arizona College after serving a year-long stint in the United States Navy. Thank you for your service, Lubic. Tolkan went to New York and studied acting with both Lee Strasberg and Stella Adler.
Jesus Christ, he's that old.
At the Actors Studio. Short and bald with beady, intense eyes. This is what it says in his bio. A wiry, compact, muscular build, a gruff, jarring, high decibel voice, and an aggressive, confrontational, blunt as a battle axe, rough around the edges demeanor. Tolkan has often been cast as rugged, cynical, no-nonsense cops, domineering authority figures, and various ruthless, dangerous criminals. And Lubic. He's only named Detective Lubic. He doesn't have a first name.
He's 87 years old. He's still alive. He literally he just retired like in 2015.
He's a nice guy. Like, for somebody who plays such an asshole, he's such a nice guy. Like, I watched that Back to the Future documentary, and he seems like such a sweet old man. He's like, yeah,
dude, he's been in
I love
everything.
Back to the Future.
He's been in everything.
Well, what else? Eddie, what other notables?
Let's see.
Because I tell you what, just Back to the Future trilogy and He-Man, for me, you're gold. For me, you're on the Mount Rushmore.
He was in Hill Street Blues. He was in Remington Steele.
Of course he was.
Miami Vice.
Was he like a day player? Does it say one episode on all those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remington Steele. Dick Tracy in 1990. He played Numbers.
The movie with
Yep.
I don't remember.
He
that.
played Mr. Thorne in Problem Child 2.
Okay, I think I do remember that.
He was on The Wonder Years as Coach Silva.
Oh man, he'd be a great coach, an evil, mean old coach. He was always calling Marty McFly a slacker.
You slacker!
You're a slacker like your old man.
And he was in a movie called Bone Tomahawk.
Of course, what was the last thing he did?
2015, Bone Tomahawk.
Fuck.
And he was also in Leverage, the TV series.
How many episodes?
Let's see. 1.
Okay.
Michigan. Is he Michigan? Yeah.
Wow, so he always stayed in Michigan. He went back to his
You always
home.
go back to where you come from.
God damn it. Nobody takes pot shots at Lubic.
My God.
I don't care if you're an alien from another planet.
You got me
I
with
just
that.
love the term pot shot.
You got me with that. My God.
God, we've talked on the show about
We've talked about this movie a lot.
Yes, but I was talking about, now I want to talk about fucking character actors from the 70s and 80s. We talked about Gazzo. He was great.
Burt Young. But James
But like the guys like
Tolkan is...
the guys that you don't know their names, but you're like, that guy.
Well, that's Lubic.
Yeah, those guys are so great. And, they die and you never really think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see them in the Oscar in memoriam. You're like, oh, shit, that dude
Very
died.
rare, though.
Yeah.
Lubic.
No, it's going to be sad when Stephen Tobolowsky dies.
Oh, he's so good, though.
Tobo's one of the best character actors ever.
He's so good. I love
Ryerson.
him.
Needle Nose Ned the Head.
I love him in The Goldbergs.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great TV show.
That is a great TV show.
That's well written, well done. It's right up our alley. It's
yeah,
toys.
I like it, yeah.
It's really funny.
I like it. I can't get into that spinoff they've been trying to do with The
Grown Ups,
Friends.
or it's called. I think it's called School or something like.
No, you're thinking of the Blackish
that's
spinoff called
Grownish.
Schoolish.
Oh, Schoolish? I thought it was Grownish.
Could be Grownish. Probably it's something ish.
Yeah.
But no, it's called Schooled.
School. Yeah, there we
Schooled.
go. Schooled. 1990 something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's her best friend, who's
Lainey.
also the voice of Catra.
Lainey is the voice of Catra?
She's Catra, yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I knew I liked her.
Yeah. Did you just start watching Goldbergs now?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I've cried during that show.
I
when
like
he
it.
broke up with his first little girlfriend, she moved away.
Well,
I cried.
I know.
I was like, oh, man.
My God. I felt for that kid.
And I love everything with the grandfather.
Oh, he's great, Pops.
I love-
He's another really good character actor
Yeah.
because he was in Look Who's Talking.
Yes.
He was great in Look Who's Talking.
Oh, what's his fucking name?
I don't know. He's
Segal. Segal.
Pops.
He's great as Pops. Don't mix in. Oh, I love it. There's a lot of lines where he's like, I don't know what's going on
Not here.
I love, you know what though? Everyone on that show's a heavy hitter because the sister and brother, Barry and Erica, they're both really good too.
Yeah, they're really good actors. She is fantastic. The
Yeah.
sister. Like the stuff that she does with Jeff Garland, who's another one. He is fantastic in that.
Yeah.
The mother to me is the best character of them all.
Yeah.
She's the
Wendy McCliven Curry.
She is probably the best fleshed out character on that thing.
Yeah, the mother's great. I love it, although it's
I
so
like
repetitive. It always ends with the touching moment in the 80s song.
But I guess that's also an homage to 80s television as well, from an 80s sitcom standpoint.
What makes it work for me is that
At the end,
Even
they
though
actually
it's
play the real
formulaic,
clips.
It's funny. Oh, I always love that. Do you ever watch the show and you're like it's all based on like these real clips, but sometimes they have the real people in the show.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll be watching the show and I'll see like a weird extra and I'm like, that's gonna be the guy. That's gonna be the real guy.
Yep.
And then it's the real guy and I love it.
And then you think back after you watch those clips and you realize, oh, wait a minute, this is a creative guy.
Yeah.
Like, he really took the stuff that he did as a kid
Yeah.
and turned it into a television series.
The episode where the girlfriend leaves and then they show the real girlfriend, I was like misty. I was like, this is beautiful.
I just was watching an episode last night where he didn't want to go swimming in a pool, so he took a baby Ruth and threw it in the swimming pool.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
George Segal
George Segal, that's his
plays
name.
Pops.
Pops is good.
Oh man, he's been around. He was born in 1934.
Oh, read his bio.
I fucking will. The Goldbergs, one episode of The Simpsons, of course. Let me see.
What was the name of the character he played in Look Who's Talking?
I don't remember. I'll find it when I get
Well, he
there.
was
he's
Mikey's
in 3
father. Well, he's Mikey's
real
father,
Yeah. He's in 3 episodes of Entourage.
That's a series I have to
Pushing
revisit.
Daisy, Boston Legal. So a lot of TV stuff, but I want to get to the early stuff because he was around. Let's see. Just Shoot Me. He was a regular on Just Shoot Me. He was the boss. Law and Order, of course. Every actor has to do Law and Order. Let's see. He was in The Mirror Has Two Faces. He was in Cable Guy, Flirting with Disaster. The Larry Sanders Show. Oh, he played himself in Larry Sanders Show. To Die For. That was a great movie. Our Real Monsters. God, he just fucking did everything. I'm only in the 90s now. Let me go down. Let me go way down. I want to see like the early shit he did.
Dude, he was in movies in like
He's got 125
the 50s,
credits.
dude.
Yeah. Play of the Week, 2 episodes, 1960. The United States Steel Hour.
See?
1962. The Longest Day. That's a classic movie. Naked City. That's an early
That is.
police procedural. He did an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Hour.
See?
God damn, he did everything. King Rat. Death of a Salesman TV movie. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? That's right.
Yes.
Right,
Bro,
he's
Pops has
he's
done
young
everything.
in that.
Pops has done everything, bro. Pops has done everything.
Pops.
And he played Alfred from Look Who's
He
Talking.
was George in the first movie version of Mice and Men in 1968. I don't know if that was the first, but that was...
There's a channel at my gym because they don't have cable, but they have this one weird antenna.
Okay,
And it's like
just George Segal shit all day
No, it's
long?
just like a movie channel that plays some really obscure, really dope movies, and he's been in a couple that I've seen.
And you're like, it's George Segal, everybody.
I'm actually like, no, that's Pops.
I love Pops.
I'm like, it's Pops. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All
We
right.
can do a break.
I will fight. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. This is also us just catching up as friends, too.
I know.
It's been a while.
I know. People have been taking pot shots at me.
I mean, nobody takes pot shots at Bongiorno.
Excuse me. My throat still hurts from doing Jackson, Maine.
You
Did you see that movie yet?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I mean, after you've seen like the first 3 remakes of it,
I felt like from the first act is perfect. Everything up into Shallows is perfect.
Yeah.
And then after it, I think the movie falls apart.
Wow.
And I think the ending is the ending because it has to be the ending.
Yes.
But it doesn't make sense to me that he does that.
I mean, I think she got the Academy Award. I think that's proper, but
I'm glad the song.
I don't think she needed the Academy Award.
Eventually, we're just going to know the song. It's like Phil Collins' Against All Odds.
Yep.
At some point, we're just going to remember Shallows.
Would you like a cough drop?
No, I'm all right, thank you.
You sure? Because I have them in my fanny pack.
Maybe it's the time to let the old ways die. Wow. So, this is Obsessions. This is the part, and I have an interesting obsession this week because it's a negative obsession, but I want to hear your obsession first.
Well, I have a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
Strangely, I got into country music. I've never really been a country guy.
Wow. I mean, part of me wants to make fun of you, but I don't want to be a hater.
No.
And you know what? It's very, very popular.
Well, no,
Tell me
it's
about
not.
it.
It's not that.
Tell me about your country music.
It's not that country music. It's not like, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean shit. I'm like into Coulter Wall. I'm into...
None of these names mean anything to me. Are you into old stuff or new stuff?
No, I'm into a mix, but like this guy...
Because isn't the new stuff like basically like what rock and roll used to be?
Well, it's... Okay. That is pop country, what you hear.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm into is outlaw country.
Okay.
That is a complete genre, but one of the... Like, Johnny Cash is outlaw country.
Okay.
Waylon Jennings is outlaw country. Willie Nelson. But I'm not really... I like them, but what I really like is this dude named Coulter Wall.
Coulter Wall.
And the only reason why I knew of him, because, as you know, I am Jason Momoa obsessed.
Sure.
Momoa has this series called On the Roam,
Okay.
where he just documents random shit in his life.
Yes.
You sure you don't want a cough drop?
I'm good, thank you, sir.
Because they're always in my fanny pack if you need.
Thank you very much for the offer, Grandma. But I'm good.
Just make.
Do you have a Werther's original?
No, but I actually have Lifesavers mints.
No, I'm good. Of course you do. That's the, do you walk in a store and go, "Can I have the worst candy you got?"
I mean, it's,
don't. First of all, that's a beautiful fanny pack.
Thank you. Right?
It's a beautiful fanny pack. I want one.
So why don't you get one?
It's weird that they're cool now.
Do you want a mini one that I have that's brand new, that's not even worn, but it's not super fancy, but it's you could put your phone and you could probably put your
Can I
keys
keep
in
my
it.
sundries in it?
I think you can.
All right, I'll take anything free.
All right. So yeah, I have stuff in here, but Coulter Wall.
Tell me about this gentleman.
He's a singer-songwriter currently based in Saskatchewan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where he lives. He's 23 years old, but he's got like a really deep toned voice. Kind of sounds like Johnny Cash.
And how is he related to Jason Momoa?
Well, Jason Momoa has been doing this On the Roam series where he just documents random shit in his life. And
God, that sounds boring.
it's really not. But he did a feature on Coulter Wall, so I watched it on Jason Momoa's YouTube channel.
Of course.
And I really liked the music that was played, so I, obviously Spotify'd and YouTubed what the guy was singing about.
We're on Spotify. Pop Culture Man Children.
Yeah, of course I knew that. PCMC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right on that Spotify there.
Damn straight. Get on brand.
Right next to Colt Remington, whatever his name is. What's his name? Colt Coleman?
No, Coulter Wall.
Coulter Wall.
So I don't know. I just like him. I like the fact that it's like folk, Americana, outlaw country vibe, right? So it's like...
But what does outlaw mean?
How can I describe
what makes
outlaw country? I mean, like...
You listen to it as you're driving away from a bank robbery?
Yeah, like, it's a movement. It's an outlaw movement. It's like honky tonk and rockabilly. It's a Nashville sound,
What do
Daddy.
you hear, though? What instruments are used that aren't used in pop country? What kind of a sound?
It's not the sound per se.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what pop country is. Like, Florida Georgia line is pop country.
Yeah.
Like, but this shit, it's more like it's guitars, but it's like steel guitar sounds and wah-wahs and it's more predicated on songwriting instead of poppy hits.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Johnny Cash was one. Hank Williams Jr., Charlie Daniels, Devil
Okay.
Came Down to Georgia. That's his poppiest song. But if you
Yeah.
ever listen to Charlie Daniels, there's more of an outlaw country vibe to him.
So you've been into this guy.
I got into him.
Do
yeah.
you have any of his CDs?
No, I stream everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I've purchased the iTunes stuff, obviously. but-
Okay. Well, what's the song you love though? What's the best song?
All right, I'm gonna get laughed at.
I won't. I won't.
You're gonna.
PCMC's all about love.
No, because his entire album is called Songs of the Plains,
Okay.
and there's one called Saskatchewan 1881 that I really
Sure.
like.
I love when the title of a song makes me bored.
It's not nice, Michael.
Tell me about Saskatchewan 1881.
It's just Saskatchewan in the winter. He's singing about the cold, and I don't know. It's just it has like a harmonica. And I was listening to it in the when it was
What's
snowing.
his voice like?
It's deep, very deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost. I think even more gravelly than Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I like it. I'll listen to some of it.
yeah.
I'll listen to some
So I got it.
Colt Waller?
No, it's Coulter.
Coulter.
Colter.
Coulter.
Coulter.
Yeah.
Wall. Wall.
Wall, spelled like
Yeah.
wall.
Yes, he has his first album, which is his name, Coulter Wall, and
Sure.
his second album, Songs of the Plains.
Sure.
So I think you'll like it. But I'm
Okay.
into I'm into like this weird like outlaw country. I like Tyler Childress. I think he's really dope as
Tyler
well.
Childress.
Yeah, like I like these just singer songwriters that they just play and they go. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm getting weird, man.
No, good. You're
Well, I've been obsessed with Nashville too.
You're
so,
branching out.
like, and this is where like they mostly like play out of. Grace Askew, she's another singer songwriter. She's very good. She's on, I think, like 458 days of a 500-day songwriting challenge that she does live on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, where she'll post a photo and she'll be like, "Give me 10 words, and I'll choose the 10 best words and I'll put them into a song." So she's like a really good singer-songwriter as well, and she's
Okay.
from like that Tennessee area too. So like it's really interesting shit, actually.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Good for you.
thank you.
What's his name? Cornwallis?
Coulter Wall.
Okay.
Coulter Wall, my
Okay.
man. Coulter Wall. Please go out and
Coulter Wall. Hashtag Coulter Wall.
do it. I think you'll like it.
My obsession is truly obsession. It's something I've been thinking about since Saturday.
Nobody takes pot shots at Lubic?
No.
Oh.
My obsession is the movie Us by Jordan Peele. And I'm going to talk about this without giving anything away. If you think that anything is... If you're someone who thinks like any opinion is a spoiler, then this is a spoiler. But I'm not going to give away the big things. So I watched the movie, and I was enjoying it while I watched it. I was enjoying the performances. I was laughing at the jokes. I thought it looked very pretty. But then when it ended, I was like... And it has a sort of twist ending, and I was like, that was stupid. And then I kept thinking about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's good. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, fuck this movie. Look, me and my brother talked about it on the show, how, it's not fair to compare it to Get Out, but it's inevitable that you're going to compare it to Get Out. But it has so much wrong with it. Here's the basic problem. It works on an entertainment level, and it works on a semiotic level, meaning it's full of symbolism and, oh, that means that and that means that, which Get Out did too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work on a story level or a literal level because it makes no sense. And that's fine. If it was going to be that way, it should have been ambiguous. But it isn't. He tries to explain things in the movie and make it work, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like he tries to do both. He tries to both be metaphorical and be literal, and both, it doesn't work together. I'm going to talk about what's in the trailer, okay? In the trailer, you've seen there's a family, Lupita Nyong'o and her husband and her kids. They are attacked by a family of people that are doppelgangers from them, played by the same actors, but they're all They're nonverbal except for the Lupita one who speaks weird, and they seem like a weird mirror version of them. The movie tries to explain who they are and why they are, and it's so fucking stupid. And if they just didn't try to explain that and just left it unexplained, like The Birds or like Night of the Living Dead, where it doesn't have an explanation. Night of the Dead kind of has a little one, but anyway, if he left it just, you don't know why these doubles are here, it would be so much smarter. And it also, the first like half hour is really good, and my brother put it best. It should have stayed in the family's house with the family, but it goes out into the world and it gets bigger and bigger, and it's just like Jordan Peele had too much money. He had no one around to tell him no. It's a beautiful looking film, and Lupita Nyong'o is amazing in it. She plays 2 roles and they're great. She's amazing to watch, but the movie is just, it's dumb. And I know that and it's been getting really good reviews with critics, but I also know that like students are probably gonna love it. Like when I teach, I haven't taught my film class since I saw it. When I teach my film class and I see my little film students, they're all gonna be like, "It was so great." And you know what? Whatever. I don't begrudge them that, but it's not nearly as smart as it thinks it is. A lot of its symbolism is like so fucking on the nose, and it's heartbreaking because I wanted to like it. I wanted to love it, and it didn't. It didn't happen, and I can't. But you know, there's some quality to it because I haven't dismissed it totally. It's like still in my head. There's things about it, like the music and Lupita's performance and some of the images that are still swirling around. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if I went the other way and started liking it again. Like it has infected me in a way that I think is good that an artwork can do that, but. It's like a dream where then you wake up and it makes no sense. But then that could be good. That's what like Twin Peaks is like. But this isn't. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed, but also obsessed. I think it's a bad movie, but I might be wrong. It might be a great movie.
So why don't you go see it again?
I want to see it again. I want to see it again.
Because maybe you'll see some Easter eggs that you didn't see before.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the whole, like, oh, this means that and that means that. That's fine. It's the fucking trying to explain shit. Like, imagine Alfred Hitchcock's Birds, right? Yeah. Which is famous for not explaining the birds. It's just the birds attack. Imagine if that movie added a whole, like, stupid fucking subplot, like, explaining why the birds are attacking. Yeah. And you'd be like, I don't know, no one needs this.
Yeah.
Why is this in here?
I'd rather just the phenomenon happen because it happens.
Yeah. And Lupita's performance is so good that I think it's almost too good for the movie. It cracks the movie. It breaks the movie because one of the big twists in the end, I feel, doesn't make sense given the way that she's been behaving through the whole movie. But anyway, I think it's worth seeing just to take a look at. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I don't hate it. I just wish it was better. I wish it was better. I don't, him being the new Hitchcock or him being the new whatever the fuck, I feel like he should go back to comedy. Not go back to comedy, but he should do whatever he wants. I feel like he felt like I made Get Out, now I have to keep making this type of movie. And when you put yourself in a box like that, you're going to end up having a career like M. Night Shyamalan's. You've got the new Twilight Zone. Let that be the weird place. And then... if you want to make scary movies, fine, but don't,
Yeah, but he got the Oscar for Get Out, though.
Right.
So
he's gonna.
So now, movie studios.
This movie's not about race as much.
No, but movie studios are gonna come to him and be like, "We want your style.
Right. We need you to do this.
We want you to do the thing that you do.
Right. Not great.
So I'm just not into horror films, so I can't.
Did you see Get Out?
Yeah.
What did you think of Get Out?
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
That's the thing. This movie looks good. It's beautiful. You can see someone who's a really good filmmaker is making it. The mise en scène is beautiful.
Yeah,
every little thing in the frame, it's like,
pretty,
this is gorgeous. But then it's fucking stupid. I was talking to somebody at work today, and they were saying, he shouldn't write everything he does. Maybe that's his next step. Like, he's a great director. Maybe let someone else help with the writing. Because this movie feels half baked. It feels like it's half cocked. Like, it could have been really great if it went a few degrees in either direction that it
Okay.
was trying to go, but it kind of just is like, eh. But that's my obsession.
I say go watch it again, and
I will.
then now you know what to expect. So now it's like, all right, well, now let me put my critical lens away and let me watch from just like a spectator's eye and see. Maybe it'll change. Maybe certain things will click.
Maybe. All right, everybody. This has been a long episode. This is Pop Culture Man.
That's what we do when we get together.
I'm here with the banana in the tailpipe of mainstream media.
How you doing?
Mr. Emilio Sparks.
Hi.
This is Pop Culture Man Children. I'm Mike Bongiorno. Pop Culture Man Children is available. Emilio, I'm having a stroke.
Pop Culture Man Children
Call
is
the cops.
available everywhere.
Call 911.
Just Google, and you can follow Mike Bongiorno on the Instagram at Pop Culture Man Children. All one word.
Yes, there's a lot of fun stuff on there. I just got new She-Ra toys.
Ooh, so if you want to see that post,
All right, everybody. Go bye-bye.
Give He-Man some cover action. Kevin, watch the rear. You, watch the forward position. Somebody tell me what the hell's going on around here. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone or something. Lubic, this is for real, all right? Just get out. Hey, somebody take Potshots at Lubic. All right, Picos, you want to play games? Let's play